I need you to fix his suit.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be. When it fits
Black.
a woman.
What?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and finally, we have a Batwoman replacement, and ooh, doesn't check all of the boxes. Now, just want to give you a brief history of how we got here. Now, I covered Batwoman quite a bit last year, a show that was plagued by some of the worst writing I've ever seen. Sure, it relied on a lot of the my God, we're super woke, please watch our show, Slay Queen, marketing, and never really materialized into a consistent audience. We've seen this play out time and time and time again. A very specific example, how about the latest run of Doctor Who on BBC, which ran on the, we have a woman Doctor Who, please watch our show, but also was plagued by terrible writing, which led to the worst ratings in over 20 years for the show. We can look at Batwoman, which had an absolute huge amount, massive amount of early interest, peaking at 1.86 million viewers on their debut episode, but it did nothing but decline for the entirety of the show, showing barely any ability to increase the existing audience outside of the crossover events that it had with the other shows in the Arrowverse, ending with a pathetic 739,000 viewers in its finale. I mean, shoot, I get more viewers than that every day in my basement. I mean, I'm just saying, and I've got zero budget, well, close to zero. I mean, I've got to buy, you know, sugar-free Red Bull and pay an editor once in a while, but outside of that, it was just bad writing. Great concept. Batwoman would have been a decent show had it had, I don't know, actual writing. You know, there were times when it started at 1.86 million. There were times that it had just 630,000 viewers, losing 2/3 of its audience. Why do you lose that much of an audience? It's simple. Bad writing, bad choreography, bad acting. That's why you lose it. You don't lose it because people are against the main character being a member of the LGBTQ community. They wouldn't have been here in the first place. And by the way, just to put things in perspective, you know, 1 to 2 million viewers is all any show on the Arrowverse gets. So ultimately, it would have been deemed a success had it not been circling the drain. Now, we saw the end of the show come around, and Ruby Rose quit. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to be tied to that disaster either. But CW fans were stunned when it was announced last week that Ruby Rose would be leaving Batwoman. It's a big deal because she's the one playing Batwoman. The announcement came just after Season 1 finale, with Season 2 greenlit a long time ago, so why would she just walk away? It's not due to health concerns. Rose recently suffered a severe back injury or harassment. Rose was previously chased off Twitter for being a lesbian actress. That's an unfavorable representation of what happened. She was chased off by her own woke people, by the way. I think they were saying she wasn't gay enough, but rather something more basic. Variety sources say that Ruby Rose was not thrilled with the long hours required as a series lead, which led to friction on set. CW shows do run longer than most series these days, and Batwoman specifically is a show that obviously shoots a lot at night, which can no doubt be disorientating. And yet the counter to this is, I mean, you're a lead in the TV show, long hours are sort of how it goes, and she clearly wasn't only cast or crew member working this long, so it's possible perhaps there was more going on here, but this is the reason stated. Rose's departure is a big deal for her show that Batwoman will have no other choice but to recast Kate Kane entirely instead of writing the other character out. The showrunners have already said, like their first search, they will again cast an LGBTQ actress to play the LGBTQ role, something they personally feel very strongly about. Again, this is where their head's at, right? Instead of casting the best actor for the role, you make sure you hire the, you're worried about their personal traits, which is dumb. I'm not saying Ruby Rose is a bad actor. I find her kind of stiff. My biggest experience with her was in the John Wick film, I think, right? She's mediocre at best in that. But, you know, her acting was not why the show failed. It was the writing. And regardless of what all the defenders on Twitter would say. Now they have announced that they have replaced her. And woo boy, are we checking a lot of boxes. We have an actress that is basically unknown to most of us. Batwoman has found a new series with Javicia Leslie, or Javicia, I'm not sure how she pronounces it, to step into the cape and cowl for the show's upcoming second season. Quote, "I'm extremely proud to be the first black actress to play the iconic role of Batwoman on television. And as a bisexual woman, I'm honored to join this groundbreaking show, which has been such a trailblazer for the LGBTQ plus community," Leslie said. There you have it again. We're still only worried. You're still only worried about who they lay in bed with. I mean, I sincerely hope that you're interested in, you know, a good actress. When I looked up her Twitter account, I don't even know if this is her, but I mean, she's a beautiful woman. I don't know if she can act. If this is her Twitter account, she only has 10,000 followers and isn't very active. If I look at her Instagram, I see her sporting feminism socks, which are feminist socks. So that's good to see. We've got the pride flag. We've got everything that you would expect to see from a particular actress being cast for their orientation seemingly exclusively. Now, again, I don't think that Batwoman failed because Ruby Rose was a bad actress. I don't think that's the case. Now, Leslie will portray the new character in the show on the show named Ryan Wilder. She is described as likable, messy, and a little goofy, and untamed. She's also nothing like Kate Kane, previously played by Ruby Rose, the woman who wore the batsuit before her. With no one in her life to keep her on track, Ryan spent years being a naughty girl. Today, Ryan lives near her in her van with her plant, a girl who would steal milk for an alley cat and could also end you with her bare hands. Ryan is the most dangerous type of fighter, highly skilled and wildly undisciplined. She is an out lesbian, athletic, raw, passionate, fallible, and very much not your stereotypical all-American hero. I mean, who wrote this? I mean, I'm expecting to see quote marks around it, but there are none. Like, Variety wrote that. Variety is shilling for this show. That, by the way, sucks. All right? Now, I admit and understand that clearly Batwoman is not for me. In fact, most of the marketing around the show has explicitly told me that. And that's okay. Not every show needs to be for everyone. However, you know, the comic book industry, that I cover, it's interesting to me that, you wonder, is this going to sell comic books? No. Now, Leslie takes over leading the series from Rose, who shocked fans when she announced her departure in May. And Ruby Rose says, "This is amazing. I'm so glad Batwoman will be played by an amazing black woman." That's the first thing you see? The first thing you worry about is their skin color. I don't get this mindset. I wanted to congratulate her on taking over the Batcape. You are walking into an amazing cast and crew. I can't wait to watch season 2. You're going to be amazing. Hey, maybe she will be. I mean, prior to being in Batwoman, She starred on the CBS series God Friended Me, which aired for 2 seasons. The show was produced by Warner Brothers Television. She also starred in the BET series The Family Business and the film Always a Bridesmaid. So she's got a couple of things on her under her belt. She is rep by Nobody Cares. Batwoman is produced by the Berlanti Productions and associated with Warner Brothers. The show is scheduled to return in January on Sunday nights. Now, I suspect we will see another small spike in the initial ratings. I don't think, look, obviously they're going to recast the role. They really didn't have any options. But I don't think that this is going to help the show if they don't drastically change the writing. Of course, everybody in the woke community is extremely proud. I'm curious, though, how is she playing Batwoman when she's not actually a bat? That's the biggest concern I have. Like, why is this woman taking roles away from bats? Bats need to support their bat families too, but for whatever reason, Javicia thinks that she's above that. Bats are extremely underrepresented in Hollywood, and it's a little off-putting to see her stealing roles from the hard-working bat actors who are relegated to B roles as kind of spooky things. We're never really going to get to see the bats for who they really are, and for that I am extremely disappointed. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.